What's up, guys? It is Carly here bringing you day number 14 of my 31 Days of Horror 2018, and today I'm going to be talking about a movie that I just saw the other night in theaters. It was a double feature, and that is Amityville Part 6, It's About Time, from the year 1992. Of course, for the 22 Shots Challenge, this would cover a ghostly type of movie as well as a horror movie from the 90s. And yeah, I was going to talk about Part 4 in here, but I actually just did a Body Bags review for that one if you want to check that out. But yeah, I saw a double feature. It was a pretty cool experience. No one really showed up, but it was still pretty cool to see the movies because I had never seen them previously. And yeah, so Part 6, this movie takes place in this house with this family, and the dad, one day, he brings home this thing that he bought off of someone. It's like an antique, and he opens it up, and it's this old-fashioned clock, and I think he got like a pretty decent deal on it or something. He thought it was pretty cool, so he decides to, you know, put it in their living room, and that's that. Then, of course, some freaky stuff starts going on, their family in general, and things just kind of go from there. So, this movie, it's a lot like how Part 4 is, where you just have this object that they get from the Amityville house or whatever, and the object happens to be cursed. I didn't really like the idea of the clock as much as I liked with the lamp in Part 4. That sounds silly to even talk about, really, but I just didn't really care for the object as much. I didn't think it was as cool or frightening or anything like that. I mean, the clock did look cool, but it just didn't give me the creep out vibe that the lamp does in Part 4. I haven't seen Part 5, so I don't even know what that one's about, but anyway, the family in this movie I also didn't care for as much. I actually got kind of confused on some of the characters and what was even going on with certain people in this movie because it's kind of weird, but it's a totally 90s family. Like, you could tell this movie's straight out of the 90s because of the son. He's got like this dangling earring, and he's wearing like this metal band shirt the entire film, and his hair is like all 90s, so I thought that was kind of comical, but I didn't find the family to be that fun, I guess, and that's kind of the enjoyment I got out of Part 4. Was the family was kind of goofy and just entertaining to watch. This one was more of a, it seemed like a higher class, upper class family that was a little more serious, so I didn't care for it for that aspect. This movie has some pretty decent effects in it, some pretty gross effects. Like, one of the main issues going on in this film is the one dude character, the dad, I believe, he gets attacked by a dog and bit on his thigh, and he refuses to go to the doctor or see a doctor or anything like that, and he's obviously becoming kind of possessed, and while this is going on, the thigh is getting grosser and grosser and more just infected and bloody looking and bigger, and I think they do a really good job with that. It is disgusting, and this dude just looks like he's about to die. He's very pale and just creepy looking, so I did think they did a pretty good job with that. There are some fun moments towards the end as well. There's other sort of gross and questionable scenes that I thought were pretty well done for this being, I believe this is just a TV movie, so I thought they were pretty well done for that. All in all, I thought it was okay. The ending is just kind of like, there's like a really, really freaking cheesy line at the end that kind of utilizes the title that's, I just was like, oh my god, are you for real? But overall, it was okay. I did prefer Part 4 out of these two movies. I keep bringing up Part 4 just because I watched them both back to back, but if I had to pick one to rewatch, it would probably be Part 4, but this wasn't as bad as I was expecting. I thought it might have been a little bit boring or just have a really poor story. The story is obviously nothing too original, but it's okay for what it is. I believe I gave this one a 5.5 out of 10. So yeah, Amityville 6, 5.5. Thank you guys once again for joining me for day number 14, and I'll see you tomorrow for day 15.